You know, I was looking at my workbench this morning and I realized it currently looks like a crime scene where the only victim was a perfectly good sheet of Baltic birch and my own dignity.
Only one sheet? That's progress for you, Tiger. Last week, I'm pretty sure you were single-handedly responsible for the local lumber yard's record third quarter.
Listen, wood moves. Sometimes it moves in ways that feel like a personal insult, but that's why we're here at the TigerDen. Whether you're currently scrubbing grease off your knuckles from a double shift at the shop, or you're just procrastinating on that bathroom vanity build, we've got the fuel for your fire today.
And we've got a lot to get through. We're talking about the 2026 tool drops, which, spoiler, are actually making me consider the color lime green. Plus, we're diving into the leaky bucket problem in the trades and how to actually make money without selling your soul or every waking hour of your life.
If I had back all the hours I sold for a pittance in my 20s, I'd be retired on a boat made of solid mahogany. But we're talking about the future today, July 11th, 2026. And the future apparently doesn't involve power cords.
Okay, let's talk Festool. They just dropped the 2026 lineup, and the theme is cordless dominance, which sounds like a movie title, but it's actually just my wallet crying.
It's the cordless tail. That was always the hangup, right? You'd have a battery-powered saw, but then you'd have to plug in a giant vacuum hose that acted like a leash. Festool's new integration is like they finally figured out how to make the dust just vanish into the phantom zone without the tether. It's the gold standard, but man, those prices make you want to apologize to your bank account before you swipe the card.
But here's the turn nobody saw coming. You've been a tool snob for, what, 3 decades? And yet, you were telling me earlier that the new Ryobi Edge batteries actually impressed you. Are you feeling okay? Do I need to check your temperature?
Look, I'm as surprised as a squirrel in a bird feeder. But Ryobi's new Edge tech, specifically that 18V cordless router, it didn't bog down. I was waiting for that familiar pathetic whine where the motor just gives up on life halfway through a roundover, but it just kept eating. If you're a DIYer or even a pro who needs a secondary don't care if it gets kicked around tool, the lime green guys are punching way above their weight class this year.
It's the battery tech, honestly. That's the frontier. Speaking of frontiers, we're seeing a shift for our digital makers too. People building automation for their shops or custom e-commerce sites. Tools like CodeRabbit and Unblocked are basically becoming the senior shop foreman for your computer code.
It's like having a guy standing over your shoulder, but instead of him grunting and telling you that you're holding the chisel wrong, he's actually fixing your syntax so your website doesn't crash. It's context aware. It knows what you're trying to build before you finish the sentence.
Let's pivot to the shop floor. There's this massive technician shortage everyone is screaming about in the automotive world. But I saw a report today that suggested we don't have a recruiting problem. We have a leaky bucket problem.
I've seen this movie 1,000 times. A shop owner spends $5 grand on job ads, hires a brilliant kid, and then wonders why that kid quits 3 months later to go work for the competition across the street for $1 more.
But is it really just about the dollar?
It almost never is. It's the tool debt. It's the fact that the kid dropped $40,000 on a toolbox and wrenches before he even earned his first paycheck. And then he gets a manager who treats him like a replaceable cog in a rusty machine. If you want to keep your stars, you've got to give them a path that doesn't feel like a dead end. You've got to respect the investment they've made in their own hands.
And for the owners listening, when you're hiring that service advisor, the person at the front desk, please stop looking for someone who just knows how to type.
Exactly. You can teach a smart person how to use your inventory software in a weekend. You can't teach a grouch how to have a soul. Hire the person who can explain a head gasket failure to a terrified customer without making them feel like they just got mugged. That's the real trade secret.
If you're listening to this and you're tired of working for the man, 2026 is the year of the microservice. Tiger, you're the king of turning a hobby into a headache. I mean, a business. What's the move right now?
The move is to stop selling minutes and start selling mastery. Don't be the guy who does woodworking. Be the guy who does precision CNC components for local contractors who don't want to buy their own machines.
I love the idea of skill-based tutoring too. There are so many people who bought a garage full of tools during the lockdown years and are now terrified to turn them on.
I call it table saw anxiety. It's real. People want to build things, but they don't want to lose a digit doing it. If you know your way around a shop, there's a massive market for just being the adult in the room. Spend 2 hours teaching someone how to properly set a fence and square a blade. That's high value expertise, and you don't even have to buy lumber to sell it.
Speaking of things people want to build, let's talk weekend projects. I saw you looking at those teak door frames on that live stream yesterday.
Teak is a dream and a nightmare. It's so oily, it'll ruin your sandpaper in 5 seconds, but once it's finished, it feels like silk. It'll outlive you, your kids, and probably the house itself.
That's a bit of a jump from the other trend we're seeing: heirloom baby gifts, hand-turned rattles, and engraved blocks.
There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that wins you more points than showing up to a baby shower with something you actually carved. It's the ultimate I care about this kid move. Plus, it's a great way to use up those exotic offcuts you've been hoarding in the corner of the shop for 5 years.
And for the high-tech crowd, the CNC Iceman guitar?
That's the Flex project. That's where you take all that digital precision we talked about earlier and you marry it to a hand-rubbed nitrocellulose finish. It's half robot, half art. And honestly, there's no feeling like plugging in a guitar that started as a digital file and a block of mahogany and hearing it actually scream.
Okay, let's wrap this up with something useful. We've covered a lot, from Ryobi's comeback to the ethics of keeping your shop staff happy. What's the one thing you want people to take into the shop this weekend?
I was thinking about this while I was struggling with that birch ply earlier. We spend so much time worrying about the right tool or the perfect business plan, but the best tool in the shop is just the willingness to be a beginner for a minute. Whether you're learning a new CNC software or trying to figure out why your technicians are unhappy, you gotta be willing to look at the problem without your ego in the way.
Even if that means buying a lime green tool?
Even if it means the lime green tool. If it works, it works. Don't let the label on the battery keep you from finishing the project.
That's a fair point. If you're ready to actually move the needle this week, check out our learning paths. We've got the trades for the pros, maker mogul for the entrepreneurs, and DIY mastery for the weekend warriors.
Go make something. Make a mess, make a mistake, and then make it right. That's where the fun is anyway. We'll see you back here in the den.
Stay curious, guys.